Clocks. My father had a burning love for clocks. Every wall was brushed with little clocks he built himself. Yet, there was nothing compared to our beautiful, big grandfather clock. It stood 20 feet tall in the center of the living room. Its light shone from the face almost like a full moon on a starry night. It had a beautiful chime as well, a melody that would be felt in your heart like no other. But what surprised me most was how long it took to be built, for its quality. He began building it a month before I was born, he finished it a month after. I always thought that he must have been an incredible, talented man. Despite the beauty of the clock, from its decorative carvings along the wood to its beautiful chime, at times it gave me an eerie feeling. Like something was watching me. The weirdest part was that I never heard a single tick from it, yet it was fully functional. I asked my father about it, but he always brushed it off. It's been a year since he died from unknown causes now, and I am keeping the house as pretty as it can be. My father told me to never enter the third room on the second floor, but now that he's gone, there is nothing stopping me. I carefully turned the handle and peeked in the room, which smelled of pine and metal. It looked like an average, messy wood shop. Lumber planks scattered around a desk with mismatched tools laying around. It took me a moment to notice that there was not a single clock in the room, but I brushed it off. Going to sleep, pleased to know that my father was not hiding much from me, I fell asleep peacefully for the first time after my father's death. It took a month for everything to go downhill. I began to feel uneasy, as if I was being watched, especially from the workshop. I decided to rummage through it to at least clean it up. I found a note that read, "My dear son, I knew that you would look through here due to your curious nature. I'm leaving this note because my time is almost up. The pact agreement is almost over, and my soul is no longer mine. I want the best for you, so listen up. You never had a mother, and I told you that she died while giving birth to you. That was not true. I killed her a day after. I deeply regretted doing so and locked her soul in the clock that I was building. Immediately after, it had a unique glory aura to it. It was stunning. I became obsessed with it and began killing off multiple people a day, only to trap them as well. The end result a month later satisfied me deeply, but I still worried about being caught. That's when I met them. They, who had no name, offered me a deal. I could kill anyone or anything without a trace for the price of my soul. I was hesitant, but I agreed, thinking of all the clocks I could build. So stupidly, I shook their hand, confirming the pact agreement. Anyways, I was recently informed that the souls would be vengeful toward me, and since my time is nearly up, I fear that they are after you. So here's what you must do to preserve your life. If you hear ticking from any of the clocks, no matter what, do not move. They are listening. If the clock chime even slightly seems off, run for your life. They have found you. And the most important rule: don't try to. The letter was torn off from there. Panicking, I jumped on the floor and began searching for any other paper in the room. That's when I noticed ashes. Ashes scattered across the floor. Since then, I lived my life fearing that I'll do something wrong. When the clock started ticking every now and then, I was terrified. And it just happened that this last time, I panicked. My heart felt as if it was going to burst out of my chest. Just then the clock began its melody. Deformed tunes filled the atmosphere with cracks as the bells rung. As soon as the tune stopped, something let out a blood-curdling scream. I ran faster than you could imagine. That's where I saw it, a slender creature with its bones sticking out. Skin was pale and unhealthy, long brown and split hair and popping eyes. It wore a dress that was most likely once beautiful. Studying it for less than a millisecond, I realized it was my mother. It kept forward in my direction, making no sound but the cracks of her joints as they moved. I ran outside as quickly as I possibly could, breathing so heavy I bet you could hear me from a mile away. I hopped in my car and tried to start the engine. The car didn't start. As soon as I noticed, it was too late. My once mother had already killed me. The other half of the note read, "Do not panic. They can hear everything to the beat of your heart. Love, your father."